right? But the thing about this, right, is that when you completely encase her hands, you should probably make this wider so that it doesn't look so weird, because you're shortening it. Also, like, this is weirdly asymmetrical. And also, all of Shyvana, kind of suffers from this, but, you have, just panty for no reason. Everything is lopsided towards this direction. And also, we got yellow in here, too. Not very straight. Oh my god, look at what the fuck are you wearing? Me when every female champion gets in built heels, but our Lord and Savior Vhagar does not get anywhere close to this. Come on, what the hell is going on here? Oh, also, there is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England. Anyway, I wanted to just get that out of there, you know. I'm feeling pretty great. So, you know, that's why I didn't really cancel the stream until next time. I'm glad she's dead. The only members of royalty I would cry for are those corgis, because they're very, very cute. Corgis are so cute. Okay, championship skins. It's a problem when you know that, this is, a way more high-quality skin to the ones that we've gotten so far. This actually looks like a character design. Oh my god. Yeah, she's... I don't understand why it's like a bandana, but original Shyvana doesn't only has a skirt on her ass. The pussy is out in that one. So it's a slight upgrade, but you shouldn't have to pay for basic character design. This is good though. This is it's still pathetically skinny and stuff like that, right? Shyvana should be one of those female champions where she can fucking bench press you. She's a dragon, for God's sake. But yeah, championship has an alright dragon form. Yeah, skins you can even see it in the face or whatever. This is a way more high quality one. But they still gave her fucking dragon heels. What? I don't understand. Just make her that tall. But yeah, let's see. Is there a recall? Oh yeah. Good. That's not much, but, you know, it's something, you know? This is a pretty high quality skin, and, you know, it's hard to do with Shyvana's model. I'm not going over the chroma, because I cannot be bothered. Her dragon form recall howls, though. She goes, Aru. Oh, that's cute. I think that Super Galaxy Shyvana is the best Shyvana skin, because it really capitalizes on, an aspect which is Power Ranger type deal. This is a good way of, combining, Shyvana's kind of, gauntlets, which are her main character trait, with her, horns and that kind of thing. This looks like a cool person, though, really, I think that, in order to be different, I think that she should be built like a Lowy. I mean, that's sexy, you know? I don't understand. Anyway, but yeah, this is, nice. They got rid of, like, all the stupid braid armor and stuff like that, and she's clothed. Like, this is a way more sexy skin than Dark Flame and Bone Claw, even though those two skins have way more showing. Let's see. For recall. Like, this is fun. I would pay money for this. I mean, like, you can't get from, like, the terrible animation bones. Can't do it. But, you know, it's fun. Like, this kind of look is fun. Oh, hello, Frone! Yeah, Dragon Form has the recall. Best part, Mecha Drake. Yeah, I like the fact that Super Galaxy, like, took the transforming characters and gave them, like, let's see, what's it called? Mechas or whatever. I think that they should make an Elise mecha if they haven't already. Like, transforming characters are like that. Is that Celeste from Celeste doing the Super Metroid Power Bomb skip? No! I mean, like, Celeste is a good game. But I really don't understand her death thing. Like, it's so weirdly fucking sexual. I don't... What is going on? Anyway, let's go to her most recent one, which is Ruined Shyvana. Now, this is what's called a lore skin. So, yeah. Yes, Golden. No. Oh, also, how's the stream's quality? I hope that it's better than last time. See, with this one, they actually managed to put a braid on her, which is apparently impossible for Riot to do, but they managed to do it. Oh yeah, there is an Elise mecha. I totally forgot that she's the villain of Super Galaxy. She's just really, really forgettable. When she's trying to get Jarvan's dick. But yeah, I mean, like, this skin's pretty good. Like, this is competent. Like, I get this. I think it's because, like, Ruined skins in general just, like, have a good quality to them, except for Ruined Misfortune, because that totally was stupid as fuck. But, like, this is very dragon looking. Very Viego looking. It's very nice. Also, I'm glad that it's better, even though there is a delay. But that's mostly because I'm looking on my OBS and not looking at stream. Also, they gave her muscle. I mean, not a lot of muscle. I wish that it was more. But, like, look at that. It's definition there. Mwah. Beautiful. And they gave her, like, scale-like patterns. Like, this is a very high-quality skin. And also the dragon looks, like, less anemic. Though I feel like she should be more pronounced and powerful. She should be kind of like the opposite to Nico. Like how Nico's like a skinny kind of... read this when you see it. I'm gonna count how many seconds behind. I mean, I might have read that like later because I was just looking at the model. But, like, I hope that helps. The drop frames aren't as bad, so that's good, you know? But, yeah, also, they didn't give her dragon heels this time, guys. Her feet are normal. Oh my god. That is such, like, a low bar to clear. But, like, she has normal feet. Let's see. Anyway, like, let's try and see her recall. I think that, like, this version of her recall is, like, a way more accurate depiction of, like, her soldier-like personality. Because she's much more, like, these kinds of animations and stuff like that really fit that kind of personality. Like, Ruined Shyvana is a good skin. I mean, like, it's kind of sad that her, like, character kind of got, like, completely derailed, but, you know, we can't have good things all the time. Her dance still sucks, and her crit is a way better dance. 15 seconds. The elbows and arms are so tiny, like, even with the perspective of overhead views, elbows and where the fuck are her damn talons? I don't, you know, the thing about, like, Shyvana is that League is too pussy to make women look different and, like, you know, have different silhouettes, because that might ruin their attractiveness, which is total bullshit. Like, if you see the amount of people thirsting after Alawi, they would totally consider a different approach. But the thing about Alawi is that she's not unpopular because of her design, she's unpopular because of her stupid gameplay. But, you know, I would like a different looking champ that had, like, actual, like, you know, normal gameplay for once, you know? Not like a mini game. And yes, she's got basically like the Master Chief energy sword. They're fun. Let's see. She's got chromas. We don't have to go over all of them, but you know, it's pretty, like, you know, they make okay things, you know? Shyvana just needs bulked up, you know? Because, like, Nico is, like, the kind of skinny gecko lizards, right? Whereas Shyvana should be, like, those strong, like, kind of bestial reptiles, you know? And I feel like that could be a fun, like, way of distinguishing, like, the different, like, reptiles we have. Also, like, it's weird that she wasn't just made of Astaya. Like, they had to give her, like, just a weird, complicated backstory. Why the fuck does this one have dots? I mean, like, the dots with lines are cool. But, like, some of the times they do give chromas different things, and it's kind of cool. But it's also weird what they do, you know? I think the main idea is that I'm gonna have to make a decision about her horns, though. So that's gonna be a difficult decision. Because horns can be such a vital part of characters. And I don't want to make her like a demon, and I don't want to make her a Darkin. I think that I'm gonna use her braid to, like, imitate, like, a tail, essentially. Like, Shyvana's a pretty regularly redesigned character because of how awful she currently looks. Have you seen that? Oh my god, the thinnest Leagueified champ ever. I do hate Alawi's design and personality. Gameplay-wise, it's just useless. Your design and personality. What do you not like about Alawi's personality? Personally, I found her, like, really... I guess it's because, like, I just really enjoyed Ruined King, the game, and that kind of thing. And, like, I get that, like, religion is, like, not always the best subject for everyone, you know? But, to me, it works. And I think that her character, that kind of thing, it's like she's a different kind of person in Bilgewater, and it's fun, and like also muscular women can go hard, you know? Like, I don't want everyone to be an Aurelia or a Kiana or a Katarina or an Ari. Like, sometimes you need to have a Jinx. You need to have an Alawi. Like, there's so many, like, design ideas that League just doesn't explore with women characters because they want to be marketable. And, I mean, like, that kind of thing. This synthy song is, The Dark Lord's Wrath from Metopia. Alright, let's get to the splash arts here. See, here, Shyvana looks actually powerful. She looks like someone that can kick your ass. Though, like, I mean, I don't understand what the fuck, why she needs to have a thigh gap. Like, it's just like a weird anatomy thing, you know? Like, it would totally be fine if this was obscured. But, you know, I guess I don't know. But, like, this makes her look cool. Also, I'm not sure if, like, these wings are supposed to be hers or another dragon's. That's never cleared up, and it's kind of annoying. Anyway, let's see. Here's Shyvana in, lore. LOR. I should probably say that instead of lore because of that kind of thing. I don't really like her design in this game. I mean, I like the use of more scales on her and that kind of thing. But, like, they made her gauntlet smaller and that kind of thing. I mean, it's also just, like, a weird angle because you're looking up at her, you know? But, like, her hair looks weird. So, like, it's just, like... I think that the Dragon Guard in LOR is weird. The day that Riot gives us a proper, somewhat chubby female character would be the day they finally made good design. Yeah, that would be so, like, gratifying, you know? I mean, they have Nora, but, like, she's not a part of League of Legends, she's part of LOR. But, you know, like, you could just put her in League. Like, it would fulfill that kind of thing. I don't like this Shyvana. She doesn't have freckles under her eyes. Oh yeah, in this one she does, but this one, like, her whole thing, like, it's weird, because, like, her face is lit up, but her body is much more, like, obscured, which is weird, because, like, her face should be, like, one of the more obscured things on her body, so it's just, like, a weird, like, looking thing. Also, I don't understand the leggings. Here's her dragon form. It looks cool. It looks fucking sick. I like the magma aesthetic, but, like, I don't think that, like, having her, like, legs be magma too makes much sense. I think that, like, having, like, her face or, like, some part of that be magma would, or, like, be spewing or spitting magma would be way better. Because it just kind of looks like her, like, lower legs are on fire. Also, I'm not sure, like, what material the red leggings are supposed to be made out of. It's very confusing. I don't understand it. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Ain't that the censored Chinese splash? No thighs? Let me see. I have to check this. On because I feel like it isn't, but it might be. Okay, you shut the button. God damn it. Also, the thing about Shyvana is that she doesn't... Okay, let me see. I really need to get better at multitasking here, but... This is fucking sick, though. Like, this concept, very cool. The transformation's very cool. I wish that, like, well, this... I can't believe this is still in the game. But yeah. Let's see. I don't really understand this kind of thing. Anyway, yeah. Actually, it's a wyvern, not a dragon. Yeah, the, wyverns have winged forelimbs and not an extra set on their back. SMH. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my gosh, I'm not caught up on my dragon lore. I mean, it's mostly because, you know, I've just never been interested in Shyvana, and she looks ugly. So that... Oh yeah, also... She's in, like, some things. What the hell? Let me... I'm still here. Anyway, let's actually get to drawing, huh? That in-game model for dragon form is just skin tone, chicken bone, leave me alone. It's awful. I don't know if they made a different art for Legends of Runeterra, but I know some champions get censored. But maybe Shyvana got leggings on all servers. I think so. Also, Riot in Shyvana will literally call them dragon. I really don't... Oh my god, the video is unavailable. No. Let me actually draw like my God-given duty was to be. There's something like that. But yeah, I'm not really sure why that, like, I know about the Caitlyn splash art. That was fucking strange. Also, the Senna splash art, I really don't know what it is about, like, making female characters thinner than they are. Like, with Jinx it makes sense because she is specifically supposed to have that kind of body type. But otherwise, like, I'm just not sure why you would do that. Okay. Also, I'm gonna make her armor actually Demacian looking, because with all these like sharp curves, they remind me of Ionia. Also, like, on a different tangent, Irelia looks ugly. She really, like, she just has, like, random bits of armor on her. Like, I think that if they just made, like, the scarves on her arms more, like, actually, like, longer, it would look better. Because she's a dancer. but like they don't commit to it. They don't commit to the bit. Anyway, yeah. Let's get started on making ourselves a fun and buff dragon lady, because like I think that Shyvana like works nicer if she's well, like the whole like Jarvan Shyvana ship, like that's super fucking weird to me, you know, right? But you know, I think that the dynamic would be like way more fun if like they were both in clear positions of power. Like Jarvan is like the prince of the kingdom and that kind of thing, and Shyvana is just like way more like taller and way more ripped than Jarvan is. Like I feel like that would be a fun dynamic. Also, like that would help the whole like mage thing that's going on, because like Shyvana has a very clear place within that whole like magic hate like storyline that's going on, but like we just don't, we're never getting to that point where like we're having a confrontation about it, and I think that's a problem. Also, that kind of thing. What motivation would wyverns have for liking J4 too? J4's family and Rain are just fascists. Yeah, like apparently it's because Jarvan saved her life, quote unquote, but like he's actively making her life worse, and I feel like that if they just like made it a point of like J4 was ignorant, and through like being friends with like Lux and like Shyvana, that he like realizes that kind of thing. And J4 did kill Shyvana's mother in Old Lore, and that meant that can't care to learn the new one. Yeah, so essentially like a wizard raised Shyvana so she looks like a human or something, right? And since she saved the kingdom from her mother or whatever the first time she was welcomed in, but like J4 helped like something Matt like keep her away from like the mage seekers or whatever. I really don't know. There's a lot of like weird power dynamics. I feel like they're really pushing for like the J4 Shyvana dynamic, and like I feel like Jarvan just holds way too much power over her for it to be like a fun dynamic in any way. Like, and I know that's rich for me, right? Because I'm not opposed to abusive ships. It's just the fact that, like, there needs to be chemistry. There needs to be a reason why both of these characters liked each other in the first place. Why they would ever tolerate the other one. And, like, the "you saved my life" is just really, really generic. Like, I don't... Like... It's just kind of weird. I need to make her eyes smaller. I always make these redesigned eyes too big, but that's because I'm used to working with Yordle proportions. Anyway, like, I feel like if Shyvana didn't have this, like, weird life debt to Jarvan, like, I feel like this would be a way, like, more fun dynamic or whatever, why wouldn't Shyvana like someone else too? Like someone not very associated with the Demacian state, or instead just someone inside of Demacia. Like, that would be cool too. I think with the way that they want to be pushing it right now, I think it would be way more like fun if like it was more of a thing of, now that her mother's gone or whatever, she moves out into like the wilderness or something, and Jarvan, being like intrigued or whatever, goes and like tries to learn more about her, and she's just got like a rough kind of way about her or whatever, and like they learn about each other and they start to warm up to each other. I think that's a way better like dynamic than the life debt thing that they've got going on. Like where she's just like she just lived out in the mountains for a while, and Jarvan like used his free time to like go over there and like talk to the like strange lady he like saw that one day or something. And like Shyvana could be with a million other people too, you know? Like, she could potentially go well with Morgana. I mean, like, Morgana goes well with a lot of people, honestly, because of the way that she just is, you know? But, like, being magical in a very, like, non-magical society is a very, like, good way of, like, basing a relationship in Demacia, you know? Like, I don't think that her and Silas would ever, like, really see eye to eye, and I don't think that would be a good couple. Because she's also loyal to that thing. I see Shyvana as having an animalistic sense for pairing / hierarchy. So she probably respects and sees J4 as the top dog for the things he did, and she only gives a shit about her because when she doesn't give two fucks about anything else. Power respects power or something like that. That's an interesting way of going about it. Like, she just didn't really think of him, and like J4 was just kind of being like a weird simp about her for a little bit, like being around her, but like when like J4 does something that's like actually like impressive or like powerful, like he actually does something to earn her respect, she starts respecting her, like him in return. I feel like that could be interesting, like where like he like gets to know her and like has a small crush on her and that kind of thing. Humanoid but still have Drake. It's the thing that makes her unique. I like the beast. I want to keep the beast part of her because I think that's an interesting part. I want to get rid of it in Needly, but like, you know, she should be a dragon first and foremost, you know? So, like, having like kind of a werewolf-like sense to her is a cool idea, you know? Like, that's what makes her, like, she's scary but alluring. That's kind of, like, a cool way to go with her. Where she's, like, tall and just, like, kind of, she's capable and kind of a one-woman army type deal. And, like, J4, like, saw that kind of thing and was really interested in that kind of woman or something like that. And then like J4 does something actually like impressive, so that kind of thing. Also, Drake's wyverns, etc. don't probably have the same dynamics as other animals. Yeah, and yeah, the animal tropes are unfounded anyways, like the beta alpha wolf thing. that whole thing. Or like a lot of like animal dynamics out there are actually pretty cool. Like how like female hyenas are like the top dogs in the world or whatever, and even the lowest ranking female comes above the highest ranked male. It's all like very interesting to like talk about. I'd really like to see her as like a lioness type, but like it's kind of hard to like place what like dragon would like be based off of, because like reptiles don't really have personalities. Yeah, the only real tropes are the Sigma Ligma males being real out there. Like, those tropes are not even real. Like, see, the alpha wolf was disputed a long time ago. It is not a real thing. It's very funny. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't make just like a dragon messiah, but like, you know, whatever. Like, honestly, like, the like explanations we get for some of these characters are just kind of like, a wizard just like came on a bunch of flowers, and that's why we've got Zyra. I mean, like, you can have simple stories, that kind of thing. Also, I have so many safe stuff of hyenas with their smaller hyenas. Yeah, that's like a really, really interesting kind of animal hierarchy. But yeah, I think that it's mostly just that unhealthy power dynamics are the main thing that's like really the problem with J4 and Shyvana like being a thing. And it's like sad that this has to be like the main conversation, right? But like Shyvana doesn't really have much else. Like, I think that it's fun to have like a stoic kind of character or whatever, like a stoic female character. That's fun. But like a stoic female soldier, fun. But they don't really focus on that. They focus on the, like, will they thing about, like, Jarvan or something, and, like, the place in society that, like, Shyvana has, because she's, like, because she's a magical creature at the end of the day. Though I really don't know why they don't explore this with Poppy. She would be a way more viable candidate for this than Shyvana herself. I mean, I guess it's because Shyvana is in the military itself, whereas Poppy is just kind of roaming Demacia. But, like, yeah, I don't understand, really, because she's a Yordle. Yordles are literally made out of magic. They are inherently magic. Like, that's always, like, really, that's always, like, a, why do we, what, like, that's always a question I want to ask whenever this happens, you know? But, yeah, I think that, like, having, like, your funny, small, rich man, or whatever, or small, shiny man, that would be funny. Oh, and, like, also the whole, like, dragons hoarding gold or something. That would be cute. That's cute, actually. I mean, J4's design is fucking ugly. Absolutely atrocious. But, like, you know, I mean, it's his main color, so, you know, you gotta work with it. So, like, that kind of thing. Actually, yeah, Shyvana is mostly referred to in terms of what is Shyvana's interest from other people in the environment she's in, rather than Shyvana herself being an individual experiencing anything. Yeah, like, stories are about Shyvana, they're not with Shyvana. Like, she's often used as an obstacle or whatever in other people's stories. Like, in Ruined King, like, in the Ruined visual novel, she's not, like, yes, we do focus on her, like, struggle with, like, the Demacian military and that kind of thing, not accepting her, but, like, the main reason she's in there is because, like, they wanted to fight a cool dragon boss. That was the idea. It's not the fact that, like, Shyvana would be an interesting boss for the area. I mean, like, she works pretty well, and she works way better than Miss Fortune did in that novel, but, like, honestly, they don't give Shyvana much of a personality. You're not really supposed to be with Shyvana, you're supposed to be looking at Shyvana. And, like, you can use characters like that, but, you know, like, for the people that actually want to, like, know more and, like, get it, like, you know, invested in Shyvana as a character, I feel like it's a disservice to them, you know? Because, like, it's not much of, like, a thing. Like, I think she could work as, like, one of those, like, kind of rough-ish, like, Russian kind of stereotypical girls, where she's, like, blunt and straightforward and that kind of thing. Like, she likes to fight, that kind of thing. I think that would be fun, because we don't really have that exact kind of character. But I'm just kind of a sucker for that kind of trope. Like, my favorite Monster High character growing up was Abby Abominable, if you know your Monster High lore. So, like, I mean, that kind of thing. It's kind of the litmus test of, does this character talk to another woman about something that isn't a man instead of about Demacia and the region, but instead about Demacia and the region. Yeah, I think that's why we have to talk about the Jarvan Shyvana shipping, because there isn't really much to Shyvana besides that. Like, she doesn't really serve much of she's not really trying to work towards any goal besides being seen as more of a trustworthy ally with that kind of thing, which is, like, sad, because, like, she's got this kind of dynamic with Aurelian Sol, because he's, like, a dragon too, and, like, I feel like those dynamics would be fun if, like, I don't know how Shyvana would get to Targon even, but, like, you know, that would be a fun story. That would be a fun look at her character, is if she got to, you know, bounce off a dragon that sees themselves as way more important than the world that they live on. That kind of thing, you know? And she can be kind of like that mitigator for humanity, because she's got more of a human heart than Aurelian does. And also Aurelian's just a fun character that, like, makes most interactions better. So, you know, it's kind of like a slam dunk there, you know? Like, you could have Aurelian talk to fucking Rammus, and it would be hilarious. Like, that's, like, a kind of like a good way of telling, like, who's, like, a fun character and who's just kind of set dressing. Like, Aurelia, like, talking to, like, Kiana or something would be kind of boring, I mean, Kiana wouldn't be boring, but Aurelia would be. But, like, characters like Vhagar or Tristana, well, Yordles have a lot of personality, so really anyone they interact with is just going to be a lot of fun, right? But, like, you know, you kind of want to, like, it's fine for characters to only fit into certain settings, but, you know, it makes a better character if they can work in multiple settings, that they can be removed from, like, one context and their whole story doesn't fall, like, immediately apart. Like, Echo is very connected to Zaun, but if you took Echo, like, for a vacation, you know, it would be fine. Oh, hi, Wolfie! Welcome. Yeah, I would like to see Kennen interacting with most of the roster in fun ways. Yeah, that would be fun. I really want, like a Kennen, like, dialogue with Akali specifically. Mostly because I want him to be, like, a dad kind of, like, character. But, like, Kennen, like, interacting with, like, some of the younger Yordles would be fun. Oh, this isn't Doom. This is Zeri's, music. Well, it's her theme goes hard pretty well. Like, login screen themes are so good. Honestly, I'm so, like, when, like, Ari gets a rework, I'm gonna, like, try and see if, like, her song's gonna be good, because, like, that's, like, one aspect which, like, goes hard, except if it's, like, Vex's theme. I'm not, like, a fan of that one for some reason. I don't know what it is, but, like, it's just not, it's not for me, I don't think. But, like, Mordekaiser's goes hard, and so does Viego's, but, like, in a completely different way. I think Pyke is my favorite. Pyke's my favorite login theme. Honestly, I'm sad that they stopped login screens. I really don't know why they removed them, but, like, okay. Anyway, we're drawing some Shyvana today, if you want to know what's on the docket. I'm gonna take her eye-searing color scheme and try and breathe some new life in there. But, you know, no promises, obviously. I'm not gonna give her an armored braid, because I like the braid armors. Now it's just the home screen. Yeah, I'm sad about that, though. I mean, like, the Mila's, like, splash art or whatever, when it was moving and stuff, mwah, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, they could have just had it as a client opt-in, too. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that would be fun, you know? Like, a fun, like, way of doing that. I don't know. Let's see. Like, because you know what would be fun? Like, having one of your mains says there. Like, Mila's splash art and the way that it's animated is fucking beautiful. And honestly, it's sad that, like, we don't, like, get that, you know? Quinn is then probably on my top 5, even with how forgettable she is, the poor woman. Like, the thing is, she has, like, a pretty good design. It's just that, like, she's so practical compared to other champions that she just kind of gets left in the wayside, I think. Oh, I should show you the Wild Rift version of Miss Shyvana here. Agreed, having home screen having audio play is annoying. Yeah. I really like animated splash art just goes so much harder than non-animated splash art that like it's just like a fact. Like the way that each character animates and moves even just a little bit is honestly crazy. Also, yeah, Quinn is really, not many people play Quinn either, which is like weird. But yeah, like she has a good design. She's not the most like interesting character, but you know, her thighs are as big as her waist. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, this is a better version. I think that I'm just not sure where the clothing starts or ends. Like, I think because of the scale pattern here, it's kind of hard to like decide what's going in there. Forgot that her thighs are bigger than her head. You know, I feel like she should have more of a top-heavy physique, but, you know. That's what we're doing right now. Wait, are you talking about Quinn? I should look that up. Quinn League. Also, like, I don't really understand Valor, the whole deal, or like why she's like a legend or whatever. Quinn's so practically designed, it's kind of a nightmare. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, no, Shyvana. Okay. But yeah, she's got some thick fucking thighs. I like, the problem is, like, this part right here, like, egg-bearing hips. I mean, you can make an egg like that. It's crazy. I mean, like, I like the skin modeling a lot better. Like, this kind of thing right here is very nice. I don't know what's going on here, but like, she's just got such weak little fucking arms. Like, they bulked her up, but like in a way that's not like the most appealing. I mean, like, it's appealing, but for like, they made her gauntlets way less cool, which is like a bummer, you know? Like, that was like the one thing that she's got going for her, alright? So basically, I'm gonna make myself a top-heavy Shyvana instead of a bottom-heavy Shyvana. Because I feel like she just doesn't fit, like, that kind of figure. Like, Kiana fits that figure pretty well. That kind of thing. But, like, that kind of thing. Is this redesign gonna be the human mode or both? I mean, I'm not actually very, like, I've never actually drawn dragons all that much, so I'm probably just gonna stick with human mode, but, like, you'll get, like, an idea of what I think of, like, how to make, like, a dragon mode better, I guess. In general, it's just a thing of, I'm just not too good at that, or whatever, right? I mean, I'm not too good at a lot of things, mostly because I don't get out of my comfort zone all that frequently. But, you know, I don't want to be here forever drawing a big fucking dragon that will in the end look kind of generic. I don't know. Alright, let's see. I got him drink some water. Let's see. Also, how's the audio? I want to make sure that it's, like, you know, somewhat good. We're always making upgrades here on stream. Jeez, what? Let's see. I'm glad that we didn't stream on Sunday because I feel like we would have been making a bunch of other things, other jokes, and I don't feel qualified for that yet. But it'll be fun. It'll be funny tomorrow when that comes out, right? I mean, like, having asymmetry is good, but, you know, I'm already so fucking tired. It hasn't even been that long. I mean, it has been an hour, but, you know. I guess that's what it is. Sunday jokes? No. Audio doesn't cut, image lags for me. Okay, well, you know, I'm glad that the audio isn't cut off or anything like that. That's a good sign. Lizzie took that out, though. Yeah, you know, that was kind of the highlight of my week. You know, colonizers can go and suck it. Fucking paying for a war that displaced my father. Are you kidding me? But yeah, audio fine, stream not cutting or anything at the moment. Stream do be lagging from time to time, but otherwise it's good. Good. Let's see. Okay. I don't even know what I was checking there, but you know. I guess I just wanted to feel something. Let's see. I have my concepts here. I think I'm getting sick of the Zeri music. It's been going on for 30 minutes. I can't do this.
Once the young rash king of...
What? Viego champion spotlight. Did I not? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna remove that one. That should not be on there. But let's, Viego login. This goes hard. I'm sorry, it just does. Let's see. Listen to the spotlight. No, I'm not gonna do that, Wolfie. Put that goddamn Gwen music on. No. Fuck you guys. We're listening to Viego. Not the champion spotlight. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to fucking deal with possession. Are you kidding me? Right, why did you put that in the game? But I think this one's probably one of my favorite, like, champion things ever. Like, champion themes. Harry Potter music. No, don't say that. I'm glad that the Queen of England no longer exists. I'm glad. So fucking died. How much trouble do you think I'll be in if I played Bad on Night? Because I think I'm gonna do that after this. Because it's a good song. Hollow Knight music. Yo, this shit goes hard. Don't give Meta the aux cord. She's gonna be playing this in the car. Yo, this shit goes hard, bro. If I was high, this would be like so fucking freaky, man. Not that I get high. I've got asthma. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's just... We're gonna fucking go vegetable juice. No, I'm not going to watch Crazy Night. I remember this one. Try to do this at home, I guess. Let's see. Oh shit, what the fuck did I click? Oh, Bad Apple. I don't... You know, I don't want to get sued too badly, but, like, I just want to watch Twilight Night, okay? Like, that's just a good song. So, you know, we're gonna finish this song, and then we're gonna have a normal conversation, okay? And it'll be fine. Okay. Okay. I don't, oh boy. How badly do I want to get banned from Twitch? You know what? Fuck it. It's just the whole being dead thing. Anyway, let's see. We'll just have this whole thing be the copyright section, and it'll be fine. It'll be really funny, and it'll be really funny. It's gonna be a really funny joke, guys. Okay. Kotowari. I love watching the news with Miku. Now tell chat your deepest, darkest secrets and the bot will never hear it. That's so true, chat. Okay, do you want to know how my father is connected to several crime families? It's very funny. So anyway, let's see. It's funny because, like, he forced my mom to, like, forge a bunch of fucking paychecks all the way back. And I'm pretty sure that it was just, like, a way to launder money, honestly. It's weird. Anyway, let's see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that... Oh yeah, I remember how many fights he would get into it. At the restaurants he owned. Like, fucking bloodbath, man. And this is actually true. Like, whenever someone would disrespect him or whatever, well, there's like, hey, that's based and fine. You know? I mean, like, my dad was a forefront, honestly, the forefront of, you know, not paying business return tax. It's very funny. You know, criminals breed criminals, you know what they say? Yeah, anyway, my dad lost his based and fine manga as laundering money. You know, I mean, like, my dad always said that he looked like he never looked good in cheap clothes. He always pretended like our family had way more money than it ever did, or whatever. But I think it's in an attempt to appeal to the white people that bought from our restaurant because the prices were way too high for anyone else to pay than old rich white people. So, like, you've got to look the most respectable you can. And it's kind of hard because my dad's like a good, like, 7 feet or so. And he's like, honestly, I'm surprised that, like, he got away with lying that he was Italian. Like, if you've ever looked at an Italian for, like, even 2.5 seconds and looked at my father, like, there's a very clear difference between them. But, you know, honestly, it's pretty funny. My mom went to jail for him. I don't know how many times my dad has been. I think none. God damn, he tall. Yeah, I mean, I'm a tall person, too, so I'm glad that I'm taller than, like, my extended family, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm tall for a woman. That's a different thing, you know? Okay. Let's see. Oh! This is fun. Meta deep lore. I mean, like, do you count, like, I'm like 5'7" or so. Yeah, me tall too. I'm 5'11", just tall enough to be short. They still like a half foot taller, though. I guess like I'm tall for a woman, specifically. Like I tower over those people. Like, but yeah, like being 5'7" for a man or whatever, it doesn't sound that impressive, I don't think. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. I. Oh, here's a fun thing. The first movie that I've ever been, like, genuinely disappointed about when I got into the theater and watched it was Home. It was about this fucking football-looking alien. Like, it was a purple football-looking alien. And, like, Rihanna, but, like, as a little kid or whatever. And, you know, that kind of thing. It's very nostalgic, actually, yeah. Anyway, Home was, like, it has a cool concept of, like, aliens taking over the world, and then, like, the idea really sounded cool in my head, right? But, like, they just did fucking nothing with it. Like, whereas, like, aliens started to integrate with, like, human society, and then this one girl is, like, orphaned or something. That's a cool concept. That's a fucking baller-ass concept. But, like, they didn't do anything with it. And it made me, like, genuinely sad. And, I mean, like, I was pretty young or whatever, but, like, I mean, I don't really like movies. I think... Oh, here's a fun story. I watched Hop in theaters. I was really young when I watched this. Anyway, I fucking ran out of that theater the moment, like, something, like, cringy to my, like, I don't know. I would be, like, 8 or so. Yeah, I was about 8 when that happened. Fucking strange, man. Also, I don't think that Hop was, like, even that new of a movie when... I mean, like, it was, like, a 2000s movie. But, you know, it's still strange, you know? Let's see. You know... I'm gonna make you watch some of the Beetlejuice musical because well, it's just good songs, and also I've got art of that coming up. So, excuse me, begging your pardon. I fucking love that song. I don't know why people size in body parts. Oh. You know, I'm glad that most people are using my American heritage, you know? I love this country. And I definitely... Oh, here's a fun story. So my parents lost their restaurant in 2001, specifically because of my father's race, after the tragedy. So that's funny, right? Anyway, yes, a Beetlejuice musical. but I also guess that there's never gonna be white. That just some in-group of specific people anyway gets bigger or smaller based on the people in power. Also, who is the showbiz person that interjects in that part of the song? I didn't watch any visuals of play, just listened to it. Still trying to unlock the Splatoon 3 playing on handheld sucks so much ass. Yeah, it's tough. I haven't gotten Splatoon 3. I'm so jealous, honestly. Let's see. But like Alex Brightman is the voice of Beetlejuice or whatever. So, yeah, like basically he's just doing a bunch of voices or whatever, right? So basically it's just a whole I mean, like, they do, like, some, what's it called? Improvising. So, yeah, that's interesting, right? Yeah, let's go. Anyway. That's the copyrighted section over. But, yeah, I'm very disconnected from the culture that my father very clearly wishes to divorce himself from. I am, like, if you saw me in public, you would assume that I'm white, is the main thing. I mean, like, there was, like, this whole thing in, like, high school where, like, this girl thought that I was, well, she told me straight to my face where she thought that I looked like someone from the Holocaust. I think it's because I'm part Romani, but like the thing is, right, I have a very specific kind of view. And honestly, I can't really speak for anyone else, right? Because like I'm kind of really disconnected from the culture I was supposedly supposed to be raised, like, in. Even, like, so it's just, like, hard, I guess, to reconcile that identity now, because, you know, when you grow up in white society, it's kind of hard to, like, really, like, I don't think that I would, even though I'm not of any higher class as anyone else, but yeah, that school kid was on the hate crime speedrun. We were watching something about the Holocaust in history class, and, like, she was so excited to tell me that I looked exactly like this woman that died in the Holocaust, and, like, it was some kind of, like, compliment? I don't really know. But yeah, it's not, I don't know. I've got a lot of other things that I can be hate crimed for, but, like, I didn't really think that it was gonna be my race, really. I guess, like, you can't really, like, really be, like, so lesbian to the point where, like, people will start being like, what the fuck are you doing? But, you know. Oh, also, let's see. Oh, wow, so holocore. Oh my god. I stay far away from those girls with the, like, light crop top and their shell necklaces. They are like a plague. Like, it's fine if you want to wear that, right? But like no gay person would, like, dress themselves in that way. Not a thing. So you don't walk like an Egyptian. Yeah, no, I'm pale as shit, man. And, like, specifically, like, Middle Eastern, because, like, some people like to, like, put, like, weird labels on us, too. You know, like, Arabic, that, because, like, the thing is that that's a language. I mean, like, it's like calling someone from, like, Central America or South America Spanish. They speak Spanish, they're not from Spain. So, like that's the whole idea there, right? And some people will try and label me as Muslim. But the thing about that is that that's a religion, not like a specific race of people. Like, you wouldn't say that you're, like, Christian, that kind of thing. I mean, like, there's, like, a difference, I know, right? But, like, I don't practice any of that. Like, I've never practiced that specific religion in any shape or form, that kind of thing. Yep, Mediterranean blood. You know? It's just so, I'm having fun being ambiguously colored and also immune to the sun. It's nice. I mean, like, if I wanted to go outside, I would be safe from burning. So that's nice. Though, it's funny that I didn't even know that I was Middle Eastern until, like, well into my life or whatever, because whenever, like, my dad would take, like a census or whatever, he would always put white as his race. Like, and it's, like, weird specifically for my dad to do this, because, like, he is very, very, like, he looks like a light-skinned black man. That's, like, he has very thick curls, that kind of thing going on. So it's weird, right? I mean, like, I get why he does it, right? Because, like, the only one that can afford a saffron risotto without, like, freaking their fucking mind out is, you know, rich white people. Like, he tried to make a business up in Martha's Vineyard, which is, like, one of the whitest fucking cities I've ever goddamn seen. But, you know. Also, going outside is disgusting. I live in a swamp. It is awful here. But, you know, that's just how things are. And, you know, I'm slowly trying to get an idea. I'm so Irish, people think I'm albino. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for your loss, my man, that's tough. Also, like, I've been to Ireland. It's actually really fucking nice up there. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the definition of white people gets whacked too. Like, Italian people not. Yeah, they weren't considered white, and Benjamin Franklin didn't think that German people or Europeans that weren't Anglo-Saxon were white. It was strange, honestly, because we also had, like, discrimination of Irish people, which are very white. Technically, like, it's a strange thing to, like, quantify whiteness, I guess, right? Like, it's easy to quantify being Asian or being black. I mean, like, easier in the sense of, like, that kind of thing. Only rich white countries can be white. Serious. Yeah. If you're from fucking England, yeah. I'm glad that bitch is dead, honestly. Good riddance. I mean, like, I hate on British people, but I'm not going to hate on people that are Scottish or Irish. Those are completely different. And, you know, like, they're actually, you know, nice, and, like, I respect them as people, and I wouldn't, like, immediately laugh at them if they tried to talk to me in real life. So, that's a fun tip. It's just a deliberate in-group, like how fascists restrict tighter and tighter until there's only one specific people back. Yeah. And they also, like, always try to make it, like, a relevant issue or whatever. Like, they used, like, the upcoming, like, what is it? Like, when Charles Darwin discovered the fact, like, the theory of evolution, immediately, like, fascists and those types of people started using that kind of evolution as, like, a way to push their own agendas. I can respect oi bruv people, but if they also dislike the monarchy. Yeah, I mean, like, if they reject colonialism, you know, it's kind of like, you don't want to be friends with an American that's really patriotic, you know? Like, you think they've probably been to, like, some kind of fucking rally, you know? I mean, you can just look at their pickup truck. They'll, like, it tells you right there on your bumper. But, you know. But, yeah, it's just not a very good system at all. And I don't know why they continue to put up with this bullshit, honestly. Like, the monarchy doesn't have power anymore, technically. But they do. They have public opinion that sways, that kind of thing. And also, they're built on a legacy of just awful, awful violence. And, you know, like, I don't know. Now, like, we have to be able to look at this differently, you know? Because people are like, oh, you should respect the fact that the queen died or whatever, right? You shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But, you know, the thing is, when you're remembering someone, you should remember all of them. You shouldn't just cherry pick parts about, like, what was, like, their idealized life. You know, you have to take the good with the bad. And what Queen Elizabeth did wasn't all good. She did a lot of bad in her life. Like, a fuck ton of it. So she's not, like, safe. Also, like, there was this one article where it's like, she was, like, a quiet supporter of LGBT rights, when that wasn't fucking true at all. It was stupid as fuck. Yeah, the monarchy's only accomplishment is being born from God's will, and they had the riches from plundering others. You know, like my ancestors, who got completely fucked over by the British. You know, so, like, it's just annoying. Our king is a joke, but still there. Wait, fuck, Spain still has a fucking king? What the hell? I mean, I know that the Italians have, like, a king or whatever, and he just kind of just sits there or whatever. But he wasn't actually part of any family line, he was just, like, knighted that. Oh, Lamau, the amount of times there's pictures of Queen Lizzie at a county where they had a colony quelling the rebellion from their rule. Yeah, she's sponsored a lot of wars, like, awful fucking wars over there. Like, it's also, like, I hope that Princess Diana is going to, like, fucking kick her ass in the afterlife, you know. Like, that image in my head makes me feel, like, kind of better, you know. The only ones that deserve to not get ridiculed are those corgis. They did nothing wrong. They're just kind of there. You know, you don't get to pick your owner. But, you know. Well, good dogs are still good dogs. You know, like, police dogs aren't that kind of thing. Spain is Mexico for the USA, I don't blame you. I mean, like, Spain has had a long discount. Our sky is, our country is sepia tinted when you walk outside. Well, I mean, mine's just kind of covered with water, so, you know. I don't know if that's like a good, like an upgrade or like a downgrade. Like, I kind of, like, I guess it depends on, like, how much you like sweating. Like, for, like, zero reason. So yeah. So, like, if you like sweating for absolutely no reason, and also everything else is wet, and it's also, like, ridiculously hot outside, there you are. Welcome. You know, I mean, like, it's also fun, because, like, where I live is, you know how the US is, like, super fucking big, right? And, you know, you already know that I live in Eastern Standard Time because of that kind of thing, right? Well, I don't live up north, that kind of thing. America's the best because all the movies I watched tell me so. My area sky is either zero clouds or literally ice fog. Jeez. Like, I don't know, like, Canada's just kind of up there. It, like, seems pretty cool, but, like, also, I've never experienced, like, real winter, so, like, I can only really imagine what, like, winter's like, you know? Like, I don't have seasons. I just have, tourist seasons, I guess, where you watch all the old white people come down to their timeshare condos. It's not fun. I don't like when the roads are closed up. But yeah, I mean, like, every country has their downsides and their upsides, that kind of thing, and their years of history. I swear to God, but my state has winter so we can drive on lakes. See ya. No. I gotta go. No. Well, alright, we'll see ya later. I'm glad that you can make it to the stream. That kind of thing. Yeah, we have a big ice road on our lake. What the hell? I want an ice road. I don't really know what ice is like or what it is like driving on ice, but, like, I'm sure that it's totally fine and you won't flip. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna take a break or whatever for a little bit here. No, it's shit. It's so slow. Well, I'm glad that I don't get potholes every year from the ice expanding and destroying pieces of concrete. It makes, like, owning a car way easier. Which is nice, because the state's fucking long as hell. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break. And when we get back, we'll talk about some Yordle human ships. How about that? That'll be fun. Wolfie, I'm glad that you got to make it to another stream. It's always fun having you here. Let me switch sources here. And I'll see you guys in just a little bit here, okay? Oh shit, my AirPod's off. Alright. Alright. Let's get this stream back on the road. Let's play. Oh, cool. Nice. Alright. Back to drawing. Alright, let me see. They will be back after this. Alright, let's see. Let's talk about the Yordle ships again. Because I feel like we'll have to go over this one last time here. So, yeah. The thing about human Yordle ships is that, well, I mean, some people are, like, fine with it. I mean, it's a very complicated basis or whatever. Because with Yordle on Yordle, right, you, like, get it because it's, like, the same species. But, like, for some reason, people are, like, surprised that, like, monster fuckers exist. Like, whenever, like, I tweet, like, why the fuck would anyone be attracted to this pops up, I'm like, you haven't been on the internet very long, have you? I mean, like, it's fine for you to think that it's weird or that it's not sexy, but you have to know that someone does find this sexy, and it's not, like, a bad thing for them to find it sexy unless it's, like, just drawing a fucking child and then calling it a day. I mean, that's not okay, right? Like, you can't just pull out the 4,000-year-old dragon excuse. Which, I mean, like, some people get with Yordles specifically because they're short. They're short races. But I like to think of them more as, like, halflings and dwarves and less of, like, the standard anime character that just, like, they literally just drew a child and then called them 4,000 so that everything they do with, like, a protagonist looks okay. And, I mean, like, of course, some people are still going to be, like, you know, scared of this whole thing, you know? Which is fine. And that's why, like, Kled is more thirsted after than Lulu is on, like, regular sides of the internet or whatever. Because Kled very clearly displays looking like an old man, whereas Lulu can have that kind of thing. Who would find a Yordle sexy? Come on. But yeah. I think that Yordle human dynamics are actually pretty, like, cool. And I think that it's not in the sense of, like, oh, that's just kind of hot. I mean, it kind of is, but the main thing is that, like, from a story perspective, you're basically shipping an immortal and a mortal, essentially, right? So you get that tragic vampire romance, but instead of, like, the, like, traditionally, like, long, tall person being the vampire, it's the short one, or whatever. I mean, height differences are just fun in general. There's a lot you can do, and it's fun to just fuck around with that. But yeah, it's basically, like, a tragic love doomed to fail from the fact that, like, you know, humans don't live forever, and Yordles do live forever unless they're killed. Which is what I'm going with until Riot, like, screams at my face that that's not how it happens. So, like, if Riot wants to clear Yordles up, I would be, like, really appreciative if they did that. But they don't want to do that because it's way easier with them being vague, because they can do whatever they want then. But, you know, you know, maybe one day Riot will actually take Yordle seriously. Anyway, it's also kind of like werewolves, kind of, but, like, if basically the idea, right, is that Yordles are essentially tiny werewolves, essentially. Like, And, like, I think that they would kind of view humans as, like, a reverse situation where they, like, lose their hair and grow, like, tall and, like, kind of alienish or whatever. So, like, that's kind of the idea, right? Is that, like, Yordles can see humans kind of like a reflection on themselves, that kind of thing. It's not like Yordles see humans as animals. Neither do humans view Yordles as human, like as animals. They both have the ability to consent. They both can communicate with each other. If a Yordle sucks your blood, you can burn into one. That would be funny. Just imagine getting really fucking short, man. That would be a wild thing to, like, explain to other people, right? I don't have what? What? Okay, I have to get out of this. Where the fuck am I? Here. That's a good place. Anyway, let's go through some Yordle human ships, shall we? Alright. I'm gonna start with some, like, basic ones, I guess. The most, like, popular one, I guess, is Jinx and Ziggs. I mean, like, because of the whole Paint the Town comic or whatever. I don't, like, it's, like, very semi-canon now. It's weird. It's in the state of being kind of canon, like, because Jinx knows Ziggs and Ziggs knows Jinx, and that's a very common thread, right? And, like, they're often shown as being, like, best friends, essentially. And, I mean, like, the idea is kind of cute on its surface, right? And, like, you can see how people really thought that they dated in that comic, that, like, that was that kind of thing. It's, like, kind of popular. Like, it's not as popular as, like, shipping Jinx with, like, Echo is. That's, like, one of the most popular ships. The one that's, like, the most popular right now that I like, personally, is Light Cannon, which is Lux and Jinx. That's because they're, like, basically the two faces of the game, right? And they've also got, like, an interesting dynamic. But, yeah, like, people, like, that's, like, the most, like, mainstream of the things. Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of weird, right, when you think about it for, like, even 2 seconds, right? That people think that they dated. I mean, like, in that comic specifically, they were like, oh yeah, he totally fucking hit it. Which is, like, a weird thing to, like, think. I mean, like, she did, like, go into a store without her top on or whatever, right? But that wasn't really sexual. Like, the thing about Jinx and Ziggs is that Ziggs is clearly, like, supposed to be, like, around his 30s or so, right? He's, like, he's fun and go-getting and that kind of thing, but, like, Jinx is portrayed as pretty young. Like, she's, like, in her 20s, right? So it's just kind of, like, a weird thing that's going on, you know? Like, the idea right there, like, of, like, their dynamic is there, right? Where, like, Ziggs, has to be the Heimerdinger in the relationship, essentially, right? Because, like, he, basically, like, Jinx views Ziggs as her conscience, because she's never seen him before, that kind of thing. And, like, but personally, I think it's better as them being best friends that just do, like, fun things together, but, like, Ziggs specifically doesn't want Jinx to kill anyone, and like that impulse control is fun because like Jinx's impulse control being this like guy that fucking loves explosions is like a really funny dynamic, but I don't think it works too well as a relationship. I think that Jinx really needs therapy most of all, but you know, I think that someone like that isn't like serving her in a way is a better relationship, like that kind of thing. Because, I mean, like, Jinx still, like, she doesn't fully respect Ziggs. So, like, that's, like, a conflict or whatever, right? I'm not really hating to the people that, like this or whatever, right? But I think it's mostly because of, like, Jinx's Harley Quinn-ness and, like Ziggs's sort of Joker energy. I know that's, like, a weird statement to make, but, like, that's kind of, like, the reason, like, aesthetically why people put them together in the first place. I think it's way funnier when they're, like, just, like, college friends that, like, doing pranks occasionally, that kind of thing. But, you know, if a boy and girl stand next to each other for 5 seconds, then the world's going to have an aneurysm, okay? So, like, you know, you gotta let people think what they want to think. Alright. That's the most popular, technically. Also, Jinx can see through glamour, which is, like, a weird detail. Like, the only other person in League of Legends that can do that is Mordekaiser. Do crazy people just not see glamour? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Jinx is just in the funny, goofy mood. Yeah. Also, I think that it's fun because, like, it's better for, like, Ziggs to be, like, her best friend because he's kind of like a living, walking, talking version of, like, one of her stuffed animals that she hugged as a child and that she still holds on to. That's why she, like, immediately believes that he's her conscience because, you know, a lot of her things are pretty fluffy. No one thinks it's sexual when sports gamers go onto the field nude. Yeah, those fucking games are pretty fucking gay, man. I only watch sports for the plot. Let's see. I'm gonna also read some ones that are just, like, made up, but, like, I think are pretty fun, right? Morgana's not really a human, she's, like, she's an aspect. But she's basically a human with angel wings. It counts. Anyway. I think Morgana and Poppy could be pretty cool, because they represent what Demacia's ideals in the best sense could be, or whatever, but also the injustices within Demacia that prevent these kinds of things from happening in the first place. That kind of thing. And them being, like, that kind of thing. Where they're, like, the only, like, magic things within this magic-hating world. That kind of thing. Also, like, Goth and Poppy just work pretty well. Yeah, men should only be watching boxing for the homoeroticism. I mean, like, when they're, like, standing face to face like that, the first thing that comes to my mind is fucking kiss. Make out. I don't care. Make it way more interesting. I don't know. Is kissing against the rules in boxing? I feel like it shouldn't be. You're just giving them a good old-fashioned face mashing. Nothing out of the ordinary here, you know? let's see. Anyway, I mean, like, Morgana and Poppy haven't ever met, but, like, the thing about this is that the age difference isn't as noticeable, right? Because, I mean, Morgana is already hundreds of years old, and so is Poppy. So they're, like, very much, like, in that, like, fun, like, kind of flirty, like, atmosphere where it's okay to, like, sexualize them and that kind of thing, right? And, like, you know, just, like, pairing Poppy with, like, a gothic person that's, like, more adept with magic is just a recipe for success, I think. I don't know. But, like, I think that's just, like, a fun combo, is, like, small powerhouse and large goth woman. Fun. That's kind of gay, not gonna lie. Alright, let's see. There's also Syndra and Vhagar. I don't really know Syndra's lore off the top of my head. I mean, they're purple and they're mages. And they were also prisoners by people that they thought they could trust. Which is, like, an interesting concept in that kind of sense, but, like, at the same time, like, Vhagar has jack shit to do with Ionia, and it's not like they would ever, like, the thing is, like, their dynamic when, I mean, like, Vhagar makes dynamics interesting, but, like, Syndra herself doesn't have much of a character for me to, like, really get a good idea of what their relationship would even be like. So, yeah. Yeah, that one doesn't make too much sense to me, other than both of them being untamed, powerful outsiders. Well, also, be right back. See you later, Morrow. Yeah. Like, being, like, untamed mages is, like, a fun idea. But, you know, the thing is, I mean, they're just kind of mismatched, I guess. Like, I don't think that either of them would ever see romance as a thing. They would probably just view each other as enemies, or as, like, a distraction in their larger plans, or whatever. So, I mean, like, I guess I just haven't read too much Syndra lore to make, like, an accurate assessment on that one. But that one's been, like, suggested to me a lot. It's strange. Okay. Let's see. We've got Poppy and Orlan. This one can be implied canon, and I think that it would be interesting for Poppy to have, like, grief over a lover, or, like, grief over, like, a potential lover, or whatever, and that kind of thing. But the thing is, we don't really know what Orlan was like as a person, so we can't really make an accurate assessment on how their relationship would be in actuality. Like, we know that, like, Orlan's, like, a disciplined kind of guy that's, like, hardworking and that kind of thing. Also, he's, like, bald, which is pretty funny. Like, you can see that in, like, some comic shots. I should really post those or something. But yeah, they are. Orlan's bald, so that's funny. I think that, like, Yordle seeing a bald person would be, like, the funniest fucking thing in the world. But I think that it probably wouldn't be that funny. Anyway. Like, we know that their relationship was really good, and, like, Poppy doesn't realize that Orlan's last words weren't about, like, a hypothetical hero, but in fact it was about her the entire time. And I think that's, like, sweet, but also, like, sad. And honestly, that would be cute. Like, they probably didn't, like, get married or anything like that, but like, if they had like a sort of like relationship, that kind of thing, I think that would be an interesting way to like contextualize that kind of thing. But like, Poppy doesn't need to have been in a relationship with Orlan for the story to make more sense. It's just a more fun flavoring of the addition